Oh, Namah Shivaya. Last satsanga we started with this question: Why are supernatural powers considered despicable? ¿Por qué se los considera los poderes sobrenaturales despreciables, despicable? Supernatural powers are, for example, the capacity to become as tiny as an atom. I read already this, yes, I'm repeating. La capacidad de volverse tan pequeño como un átomo. Yes, this power is called Arnima by Patanjali. Arnima. The capacity to become so little like an Arnu. That's why Arnima, Arnu, atom, atom. The capacity to fly through the sky. This is Akasha Gamarnam or Bioma Gamarnam. To move Gamarnam through Bioma, through the sky. The capacity to read others' minds. So you can read. I don't recommend you to read others' minds. Nothing important there. Clairvoyance, clarividencia, clairvoyance, etc. All those powers are a pile of garbage to one who has realized himself at least once. Para que se dé cuenta del ser solamente una vez, todo es una pila de basura. It's not interesting. All powers are materialistic. Todos los poderes sobrenaturales son materiales. So it's a pile of garbage. Y you attain divinity, y you attain la divinidad, todo eso es una pila de basura. You have to abandon. Even omniscience and omnipotence are of no use to someone who has realized himself at least once. Incluso la omnisciencia y la omnipotencia son una pila de basura. Uninteresting. All those powers are a distraction and pale in comparison to self-realization. Todos esos poderes son una distracción y palidecen en comparación con la autorrealización. Pale in comparison. You know what is pale, yes? In comparison to self-realization, all these powers are nothing. In self-realization, you do not want anything else but the self and his power. En la autorrealización no quieres nada más, salvo el ser y su poder. From the viewpoint of a person who did not realize himself yet, those supernatural powers might look very interesting and highly desirable. Desde el punto de vista de alguien que no se dio cuenta del ser, esos poderes parecen muy interesantes y grandemente deseables. However, once that very person realizes himself, he's not any longer interested in them. Pero cuando se da cuenta del ser, no le interesan más los poderes. That's why a person very interested in powers show that that person is not conscious of his own self. Cuando te haces consciente de tu propio ser, ya no te interesan más los poderes. Si te interesan los poderes, es porque no estás consciente de tu propio ser. Self-realization is the most awesome experience a living being can have. La autorrealización es la experiencia más asombrosa que un ser viviente puede tener. Because Shiva is the greatest thing. Lo más grande es Shiva. So, cuando te das cuenta de Shiva, eso es lo más grande que puedes experimentar. The great experience is Shiva. As a result, when you have it, you do not want anything else, even supernatural powers, omniscience, omnipotence. Como resultado, cuando tienes esa realización, no quieres nada más, ni siquiera poderes sobrenaturales, omnisciencia, omnipotencia, etc. No se quiere. Why? Because all is you. To know what? To do what? Conocer qué, hacer qué. Why you want to do something when everything is done already by Shakti? is being done by Shakti. Todo está siendo hecho por el poder, tu poder. So why you want to do something? Si todo lo está haciendo tu poder, Shakti, you are Shiva, yes? Shakti is your power. You are Shiva, Shakti is your power. If everything is carried out by Shakti already, todo lo está llevando a cabo la Shakti, tu poder, why you want to do something else? That's why when you attain Shiva, you don't want to do anything else. Cuando uno alcanza Shiva, no quiere hacer nada más. If you want to do anything else, si querés hacer algo más, you didn't attain Shiva. Yet. Todavía no alcanzaste Shiva. This is confirmed by the teachings of Abhinavagupta. He said, if someone has something else to do, he is not liberated. Si alguien tiene algo más que hacer, no es liberado. Why? Because this vritti, this pensamiento, esa fluctuación mental no aparecería en su mente. If this thought appears in your mind, you are not liberated. You still have something to do. When you are liberated, you have nothing to do. Finish. You continue to do things, but you have nothing to do. Because all that had to be done was done. Porque todo lo que tenía que hacerse se hizo. Understand? So you don't decide to do anything else. It's not that I'm liberated, but I need to see my granddaughter when I'm old. And you don't feel it. This is como people. Como people say, I want to live a little more so I can see my grandchildren. Quiero vivir un poquito más y veo a mis nietos. Yes, como people. Yogis, no. Great yogis, let alone great yogis. Ni siquiera los yogis piensan así. Imagínense los grandes yogis. No. There's nothing to do. Nothing to feel greater. No hay nada para sentirse más grande. No. For example, I will have million disciples, so I will feel better. Tendré millones de discípulos y me voy a sentir mejor. No. This thought is not entering into the mind. Because you already attain Shiva. You attain Shiva and nothing else. You don't need anything else. Okay. There is a supernatural power by which you can subjugate any living being. Hay un poder sobrenatural por el cual podés subyugar cualquier ser viviente. Cualquiera. There is supernatural power. You can face a lion and you defeat the lion. It becomes available when Shakti activates your Sahasrara. When Shakti activates this Sahasrara, this power becomes available for you. But except you live in a jungle, yes, you don't need this power. Salvo que vivas en una selva, no se necesita este poder. Germán, you have some problem with your video. And you don't need this power, except you live in Mother Nature the whole day. Surrounded by wolves, and bears, and lions, and whatever. Si vivís rodeado de osos, de leones, de lobos, so you need this power. But in normal life, you don't need this power. Why I need to subjugate Lucas, for example? Yes, no, I don't need to subjugate Lucas. ¿Por qué necesito subyugar a Lucas, for example? I don't need. Or Ivan. We are civilized. We don't need this power. For what? It's like high voltage in that chakra. I'm describing this because when I wrote that, I was experiencing this power. That's why I'm describing what you feel with the power. In that chakra, you feel like a turbine turn on there. Turn on, not one. Turn on there. Sentí como que hay una turbina encendida ahí. The experience is completely jaw-dropping. Se te cae cuando tenés esa experiencia se te cae la mandíbula de la sorpresa, ¿no? Quedas jaw dropping, la mandíbula. My God. When you have the Sahasrara very active, for example, your skull cracks. Cuando tenés el Sahasrara muy activo, el cráneo se parte. It's the sensation you have. Crack, crack. But it's not the bones, no son los huesos. It's the Shakti there, creating noise. Crack, crack. You know the experience? Crack in the head. When Shakti is very intense there, makes noise. Cuando la Shakti es muy intensa ahí hace ruido. So you think, oh my God, my bones. No, nothing happened to your bones. It's Shakti. Sometimes explodes. Explosion. Boom. In your head. Nonetheless, nobody who has had the experience of his Sahasrara turn on will be interested in that stupid supernatural power. Pero nadie que ha tenido la experiencia de tener el Sahasrara encendido así, va a estar interesado en ese poder estúpido y es para subyugar a otros seres. Now I can subjugate my cat, for example, with this power. Poor cat, so stupid, my cat. And he's so stupid, my cat. It's a kid. It's a kid. It's 1 month old kid, like a human kid, but 1 month old. Like that. You give him something and he plays. Poor guy. And maybe if such a person is pursued by a ferocious bear in the forest, he could find some use to that power, which is pretty improbable. Tal vez si lo persigue un oso en el bosque puede encontrar algún uso para ese poder, ¿no? Pero en general es muy improbable en una ciudad que pase todo esto. On the other hand, trying to subjugate other people who are totally defenseless is just a despicable course of action. Pero tratar de subyugar a otra gente que está totalmente indefensa es un curso de acción despreciable, ¿no? To abuse other people like this, y esto, abusar de la gente que está indefensa with this power. Yes? All in all, this supernatural power might look desirable to a lot of people, but it's absolutely useless to someone who is about to attain liberation. Pero si alguien está por alcanzar liberación, este poder es totalmente inútil, absolutamente inútil. Pero le parece grande a la gente que no está por alcanzar liberación, le parece increíble. Like the magician, you know the magician? They do crazy things in front of you. Yes, it's incredible. You admire those people. Uno admira a esa gente que tiene esas capacidades, but if you are about to attain liberation, that's nothing. In fact, it's a distraction. One should not touch those powers then, not even with the long pole, figuratively speaking. De hecho, es una distracción. Uno no debería tocar esos poderes entonces, ni siquiera con un palo, un mástil bien largo, hablando figurativamente. The magician, for example, they use the power of the hand. They say the hand moves faster than the eye. Yes, it's real. It's because the energy controlling a hand is 30,000 faster than the energy controlling the eye. The normal energy controlling the eye, the intellectual energy, is 30,000 slower than the energy controlling the hand. That's why the magician makes a lot of things in front of you and you don't realize. El mago hace un montón de cosas enfrente y uno no se da cuenta porque la mano se mueve 30.000 veces más rápido que el ojo. Normal intellect behind the eyes. Normal intellect is 30,000 slower than the hands. Now, if he's a great yogi, his intellect moves 900 million faster. 900 million faster than the hands of the magician. Si es un gran yogi, el intelecto se le mueve 900 millones de veces más rápido que las manos del mago. So, can see the trick. Entonces puede ver el truco. ¿sí? It depends on the audience. Depende de la audiencia, el truco del mago. The trick of the magician depends on the audience. If all of them are great yogis in the audience, the magician will have his career completely broken. Si todos son grandes yogis en la audiencia, el mago va a tener la carrera destruida. Because it's in slow motion, see the magician, when your intellect is so fast. In slow motion. You understand this, yes? You see this when you practice martial arts. When you practice martial arts, common people moves in slow motion. You know this? You know this, Lucas, yes? Now we're not practicing martial arts, but in the past I saw people in slow motion. You're like this, and the people, you see like this. Hey, you move this. Hey, you move this. So they try to punch you, yes, but you see them like this. You have time to move your head and escape from the punches. You can do million things with the arm of the other person. Break or something. Very easy. Why? Because your movement is much faster. Because the training, constant being attack. Estás atacado todo el tiempo, te atacan, todo el tiempo te atacan en martial arts, that your reflex, los reflejos son mucho más rápidos. So all people are in slow motion. Toda la gente está en cámara lenta. Es estúpido. When I say people, common people fighting on video, for example, es completamente estúpido. Cuando veo a la gente peleando en los videos, por ejemplo, es completamente estúpido. They have no idea how to. Es completamente estúpido. I would do something else, notice. Haría algo más. Notice what they are doing. Punch here, for example, or something more effective. Or here. But no, there's a it's something completely idiot. I don't know. If you don't know how to fight, don't fight, please. Si no saben cómo pelear, no peleen. It's shameful. Vergonzoso. So, it's so fast, the martial art, is that you're in a slow motion. So he has time to do million things on your body, taka, 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 in your liver, pam, 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 in your... So it's disaster. That's why the speed yes, he has. Well, it's the same with magician and people. It's the same with the great yogi and common people. They are in slow motion. Because the energy controlling the intellect of a great yogi is so fast that the people are in slow motion. This is common. Like animals, they look like animals. Like monkeys, something like this, or less. No, monkeys are very intelligent. No, it's less. Cats, maybe. Most people are like cats to a great yogi. You know cats, yes, cats. Meow. That's it. I want food. It's so simple. And very simplistic life. It's all survival. It's all survival. Most people is all survival. You know this, yes? La mayor parte de la gente vive para sobrevivir, nada más. Survival. Money, food, roof, house, clothes. It's very simplistic. Sus necesidades son muy simples, como animales. Sex, eso, sex, so, alivio después del sexo, descansa, como los animales. No, this is not real life. Don't be like. Move to consciousness, move to the great state of consciousness. Muévanse hacia el más grande estado de conciencia, no vivan como animales. Do you realize, for example, that every day you do the same? ¿Se dieron cuenta, por ejemplo, que todos los días hacen lo mismo? Animal. Todos los días lo mismo, like a machine. Do something different. Something different. Change your job, for example. Do something different. Hagan algo distinto. ¿Por qué todo el tiempo lo mismo? Porque tienen miedo, because you are afraid. Tienen miedo de hacer algo distinto. You're afraid, like animals. Hagan algo distinto. I don't know. Be gardeners. Why all the time doing the same? Sean jardineros. Hagan otra cosa. Do something else. Why all the time the same? For example, Lucas is a doctor. Okay, but he can be something else. Puede ser un carpenter. He can be a carpenter too. Why not? Why all the time doctor? Who said that? ¿Quién dijo eso? You understand? But it's terrifying. to move beyond your comfort zone, moverse más allá de la zona de confort es aterrador. Bayor Shiva, the word is yours. Yes, the theory is like this, that you are Shiva and this word is your Shakti. Okay, so what's the problem? Move. Terrifying. This is the knot of ego. The knot of ego is here. El nudo del ego está en el corazón. Contract. You fear. Tienes miedo de hacer otra cosa, por ejemplo. To be another person. Now I want to dedicate my life to business. I don't know, a negocios. Me dedico a los negocios. To Bitcoin. Al Bitcoin. Tomorrow I will dedicate to be hunter, whatever you want to do, safaris. Next I will dedicate to, you can change. You don't need to be all the time the same. It's boring to be all the time the same. And, okay. Anyway, all those supernatural powers are always around a person who realizes himself. Todos esos poderes sobrenaturales están alrededor de una persona que se dio cuenta del ser. Están alrededor naturalmente. They're automatic. Why? Because along with the realization of the self, he also realized the power of the self. Porque junto con la realización del ser, se dio cuenta del poder del ser también, Shakti. He realized Shakti along with Shiva. Junto con Shiva se dio cuenta de Shakti. As all the supernatural powers emanate from Shakti, they are always ready to serve someone who is a self-realized one. Como todos esos poderes emanaron de Shakti, están siempre listos para servir a alguien que es autorrealizado. In fact, they act spontaneously around such a person. Actúan espontáneamente alrededor de tal persona. This is one of the reasons why it's never recommended to bother or offend a person who has realized himself. Por eso es que nunca se recomienda molestar u ofender a una persona que se dio cuenta del ser. Even if he remains peaceful despite your offenses, those powers might attack you, and I'm not joking. Incluso si esa persona permanece pacífica mientras los estás ofendiendo, esos poderes pueden atacarte. Y no estoy bromeando. It's real. Not even an offense is necessary sometimes. Ni siquiera una ofensa es necesaria a veces. Not even an offense. For example, you out of sheer stupidity, for example, by taking a photography of him, disturb somebody who is in deep trance, you could be disturbed by the power that patrol around him. Si por estupidez le sacas una foto a alguien que está en samadhi, en trance, esos poderes que están patrullando alrededor de él te van a perturbar. No hagas esas estupideces con grandes yogis. No le saques fotos. Yes? Don't take pictures of great yogis in trances. It's not a problem that the great yogi will come to you to punch. No, no es el problema que te va a venir a pegar el gran yogi. No, no. The problem is these powers. This might look like science fiction to many people, but believe me, it's absolutely real. Para alguna gente esto le puede parecer como ciencia ficción, pero créeme, es totalmente real. In this way, to bother or offend people who have realized the self is never recommended, just in case. Así que solo por si acaso, no se recomienda ofender a gente que se dio cuenta del ser, por las dudas. The wise course of action is always to be nice to them or simply leave them alone. El mejor curso de acción es ser, como es, nice, simpático, nice, simpático, ser, no simpático, ser agradable con esa persona. O dejarla en paz, a que se dio cuenta del ser. Si uno no puede ser agradable, dejarlo en paz, no molestarlo. Even if you go to Israel, for example, to Jerusalem, yes, and someone is there praying to God, you don't know the state of that person. You don't know. You can say, look at this guy all the time doing this. What stupid guy. No, you don't know. So you start to joke, to do some stupidity, to take pictures, something, and some plaque on you. These powers are there. You don't know the state of what kind of relationship he has with God. Most of the time is imagination. Yes? La mayor parte del tiempo la relación que la gente tiene con Dios es imaginación. But sometimes can be real, and you don't know. A veces puede ser real, no mera imaginación. Another question. Do you recommend practicing respiratory exercises? Me preguntan a mí, ¿recomendás ejercicios respiratorios? Yes. People are expecting no. No, yes. Provided you are under the guidance of a genuine guru who is proficient in this matter. Provided, siempre que estés bajo la guía de un gurú genuino que sea experto en este asunto. So, sí, I recommend. Siempre que, provided, you are under the guidance of a genuine guru who is proficient in this matter. You understand? To mess around with your breathing process is another dangerous thing if you are on your own. For example, practicing respiratory exercises after reading a yoga book. Es muy peligroso practicar ejercicio respiratorio después de leer un libro de yoga. To mess around y es andar, ¿cómo se dice en argentino? Sería boludeando, pero es slang. ¿Cómo se diría mess around? Molestando, perturbando, andar haciendo tonterías, ¿no? Andar haciendo tonterías con la respiración, sin conocimiento exacto de lo que estás haciendo, without exact knowledge about what you are doing with your breathing, is dangerous. Es peligroso. Why? People say, why? The problem lies in the fact that there are two systems controlling your breathing. Bueno, the doctor knows more than me. Yes. Hay dos sistemas controlando tu respiración. One is involuntary. Uno es involuntario, automático. Yes, the sympathetic, simpático, el simpático. Okay. Después está el otro, no remember the names in medicine. One is involuntary, automatic. And the other is voluntary, manual. So uno que es involuntario, automático. Y otro que es forzado, voluntario, manual. When you practice respiratory exercises, you need to use the manual system. O sea, cuando practicas ejercicio respiratorio, estás usando el sistema manual y estás interrumpiendo el automático. You are interrupting the automatic system. Meanwhile, the involuntary system, el sistema voluntario, entre tanto, has to wait and wait, tiene que esperar. While you are doing your exercises, the involuntary system has to wait. Understand this, yes? If the delay is too long, si la demora es muy larga, if you practice respiratory exercises for too long, si practicas ejercicio respiratorio por demasiado tiempo, the involuntary system might, in the worst of the cases, just stop. En el peor de los casos, el sistema involuntario se puede detener. This means that you will die soon. Eso significa que te vas a morir pronto. Simple. Bien muerto. Well dead. Completamente. It's not a joke. It's complicated. So you can practice some special breathing, yes, short time. Not a long time. Except you have a pranayama guru. You have a special guru who is expert in pranayama, in respiratory exercises or whatever the translation you give to pranayama, because there are many other translations. Okay. Generally, that will not happen. En general, esto no va a pasar de que se detenga por completo, pero se puede alterar el ritmo. And this complicates all your machinery. Y esto te complica toda la maquinaria. Because if the rhythm of breathing changes, all changes in your body. You know this, it's complicated. Si te cambia el ritmo respiratorio, cambia todo tu organismo. Es un lío, es a mess. Very difficult to fix. Extremely difficult to fix. Muy difícil de arreglar. Generally, that will not happen because there is a security fuse that will make you lose your consciousness much before you break something. Así que el cuerpo tiene un sistema de que te hace perder la conciencia. Yes, for example, you say, I won't breathe anymore. No voy a respirar más. Try to do it. So, that is a moment when you lose your consciousness. So the body recovers the control. Entonces el cuerpo recupera el control. It's an intelligence in you, it's Shakti in you, an intelligence. Entonces recupera el control. Anyway, there are other risks too. Hay otros riesgos también. I have personal experience in this. Tengo experiencia personal en esto. Yes, I suffer a lot. Because I was also a beginner with great ideas. Porque también fui un principiante con grandes ideas. I read books and decided that this or that respiratory exercise was the best practice for me to do. Leí un libro y decidí que esa era la mejor práctica respiratoria para mí, ¿no? Porque leí un libro. No, wrong. The consequences were that my scalp started to burn like hell. You know what is scalp? Yes, el cuero cabelludo en Spanish. So, ¿qué pasó? Empezó a arder el cuero cabelludo. My scalp started to burn like hell. Even doing this, I feel tremendous pain in my head. That I started to experience pain in my throat. Empecé a tener dolor en la garganta and in the scalp because of my special breathing. So, when my yoga teacher at that time realized my stupid behavior, he told me to stop practicing respiratory exercises on my own. Cuando mi maestro de yoga se dio cuenta de la estupidez que estaba haciendo, me dijo, para. So, all this problem stops. Burning my head. Because special Kapalabhati makes the Kapala, the skull, shine. And it's really, your Kapala is shining because the fire here and all the pain in your scalp and el cuero cabelludo is tremendous. So they're very dangerous. Be careful. Generate sickness. All my trouble was gone then. Se me fueron todos los problemas cuando paré. Therefore, one should not underestimate ever the power of the respiratory exercises. Así que no hay que nunca subestimar el poder de los ejercicios respiratorios. If you do not have a proficient teacher to properly guide you, you do not do any respiratory exercises. Si no tienes un gurú apropiado, no tenés que hacer ningún ejercicio respiratorio. Simple. The consequences are always nasty. If you cross the line with reference to respiratory exercises. Si cruzas la línea con los ejercicios respiratorios, las consecuencias son siempre desagradables, nasty. Another question. Is relaxation recommended? ¿Se recomienda la relajación? Yes. For a simple reason. One wastes too much energy when his muscles are tense uselessly. Uno desperdicia muchísima, demasiada energía cuando los músculos están tensos, inútilmente tensos. For instance, when one is sitting on a chair, one can easily notice how his legs are too tense uselessly. Por ejemplo, cuando uno está sentado en una silla, puede fácilmente notar cómo sus piernas están demasiado tensas inútilmente. Yes, you notice. But relaxation is generally not performed rightly by the yoga teacher. Pero los maestros de yoga, por lo menos los que he conocido, no realizan la relajación de manera correcta. They often begin with the biggest muscles in the body. For example, relaxing the legs. But the right procedure is exactly the opposite. Así que la mayoría de los maestros de yoga que van a ver empiezan con las piernas, the legs, nogi. They start with nogi. No, but you have to finish with nogi, con las piernas, with the legs. At the end. That is, no, one must start with the smallest muscles. That is, with the ones to be found in the face. Uno tiene que empezar siempre con los músculos más pequeños del cuerpo. Por ejemplo, los que están en la cara. If you cannot relax your face rightly, you cannot relax the rest of your body. Si no puedes relajar tu rostro correctamente, no puedes relajar el resto del cuerpo. You see my face that is inexpressive. Ven que mi cara siempre es inexpresiva. You see? I move no muscle. This is because of years and years of relaxation of the face. That's why my face is not expressive. No tengo una cara expresiva. Tengo como... This is because of relaxation of my face for years and years. And if you don't relax your face well, you cannot relax your body. So you start with these muscles around your eyes first and relax. To relax is very simple, the process. You exhale and you relax. When you inhale, you concentrate on the muscles. When you exhale, you relax this area. Concentrate on the forehead. Relax the forehead. Yes. Concentrate on your cheeks. Relax your cheeks. Te concentras en las mejillas, relaja las mejillas. Concentrate on your lips, relax your lips when you exhale. Like this. You have to be obviously lying down, acostado, con las manos así, ¿no? Like, not Jesus Christ, but down the hands. The palms up. Las palmas hacia arriba. And the legs a little open. Un poquito abiertas las piernas. This is Shavasana, la postura del cadáver. The corpse posture. Next, you continue to the neck, to the arms, to the chest, to your hips, to your legs at the end, yes, and your feet. Legs at the end, because are the biggest muscle in your body. Las piernas son los músculos más grandes de tu cuerpo, así que lo haces a lo último. One must always start with the muscles of the eyes and keep advancing to forehead, cheeks, mouth, etc. Uno tiene que empezar con los músculos de los ojos y seguir avanzando hacia la frente, las mejillas, la boca, etc. Next, move on to the neck, shoulders, arms, chest, and so on. Después movete o muévete con tú, es muévete. I can't speak with tú, muévete. Movete with vos. Movete hacia el cuello, hacia los hombros, hacia los brazos, hacia el tronco, hacia el pecho, no tronco, hacia el pecho y así sucesivamente. And so on and on. This is the right way to relax the muscle. Esta es la manera correcta de relajar los músculos. Another question. Why should one not meditate more than 1 hour and a half every day? ¿Por qué no debería uno meditar más de 1 hora y media cada día? This rule, yes, apparently is arbitrary. Apparently es una regla arbitraria. Why? To meditate more than 1 hour and a half, you need to be celibate. Para meditar más de 1 hora y media hay que ser célibe. Y comer mucha manteca. And to eat a lot of butter. Manteca. To meditate more than 1 hour and a half. You need fuel. Fuel. How is in Russian? Toplika. How is toplinka?
Topliva.
Topliva. You need topliva. You need fuel. Combustible. In Spanish, combustible. In Portuguese?
Combustível.
Oh my God. In Hungarian, I don't ask because I will receive some quack, 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 something like this. Quack, 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 quack. And, okay. This is true 1 hour and a half, only in the case of beginners and middle aspirants. 99% of all the aspirants, sadhakas. Most aspirants are beginners and middle. Buddhas, abuddhas and buddhas. No despierto y despierto. Unawakened and awakened. Not in the case of advanced disciples, because los discípulos avanzados en general se vuelven célibes. because the process demands this celibacy. El proceso exige celibato. When you're advanced, you are near liberation. There is a technical reason which has to do with the way the vital energy works through the respiratory process. Hay una razón técnica que tiene que ver con la manera en que la energía vital funciona a través del proceso respiratorio. This is too advanced to be explained here. Es demasiado avanzado para explicar aquí. Es la manera en que rotan las fosas nasales en la respiración. Porque es very complicated. I need to explain chakras, nadis. Tengo que explicar chakras, nadis, canales sutiles. Bueno. If a beginner or a middle disciple needs to meditate for more than 1 hour and a half every day for some reason, he will have to be celibate to start with. Si un principiante o un discípulo intermedio quiere meditar más de 1 hora y media por día por alguna razón, tiene que hacer celibato para empezar. In the vast majority of the cases, no beginner or middle disciple needs to meditate for more than that period of time, except for simple curiosity or vanity. Aparte de la curiosidad y la vanidad, no hay razón para que un principiante o un discípulo intermedio necesite meditar más de 1 hora y media por día, excepto para decir a los amigos, mira cómo medito. My God, look at me. Look at me, I meditate in 3 hours. You know, this vanity. And I remember that I had a very vain disciple in the past, and he told me I wrote 300 stanzas in Sanskrit. Escribí 300 estrofas en sánscrito. I replied, contesté, yo escribí 30. I wrote 30 maybe. But you wrote 300. My God, you are so great. Sos tan grande. You are greater than me. Sos más grande que yo. Vanity. All the time attached to numbers. La vanidad está pegada todo el tiempo a los números. 300, 3 horas. Vanity. Escape from this. It's bad. Maligno. So the guru only 30 stanzas and the disciples 300. And counting, y contando. Continúate como ley. And vanity. If it really is necessary for a beginner or middle aspirant to meditate more than 1 hour and a half, the guru of that beginner or middle disciple will teach him the requirements in order not to harm his system in the process. So don't worry. If for some reason you need more than 1 hour and a half, I will teach you what to do in order not to die in the process. Para no morir en el intento, les tengo que explicar cómo hacer. Celibato. Obviously, you do this 1 day only, no problem, yes. But if you do it 1 month, yes, it's a problem. You cross the line 1 day, no problem. Si cruzan la línea un día, no hay problema. Pero si están un mes meditando más de 1 hora y media, se crean problemas. Burning head, la cabeza recalienta, fever, a lot of problems. You don't want this. And if you are a smoker, worse. More heat in your head. Si son fumadores, peor. Se les calienta más la cabeza y se pueden volver locos. You can go completely crazy. Real crazy. So meditation is like atomic weapon. Es un arma atómica la meditación. You don't joke with meditation. It's medicine. You don't joke with medicine. You take medicine the exact quantity. It's not that you take medicine like this. It's not Coca-Cola. Okay? Meditation, you have to be careful. Okay, another question. I think that God is only one. But you always talk about the self and his power. Shiva and Shakti as two realities. Are there two gods? So the question is, pienso que Dios es solamente uno, pero tú siempre hablas del ser y su poder, Shiva y Shakti, como dos realidades. ¿Hay dos dioses? No, of course. There is only one God. Por supuesto, hay solo un Dios, one absolute, un absoluto. One Lord, un Señor, etc. He's always one. Siempre es uno. But in order to explain the processes, reality is made two, the self and his power. Pero para explicar los procesos, la realidad se hace dos. Se la hace dos a la realidad para explicar los procesos. Estas dos realidades son el ser y su poder. Shiva and Shakti. The self remains totally detached from and not even aware of the existence of anything else. El ser, Shiva, está totalmente desapegado y ni siquiera consciente de la existencia de algo más, de nada más. You go to Shiva and you ask him, why is this world so bad? ¿Por qué es tan malo este mundo? And Shiva will tell you. What world? ¿Qué mundo? Really? Not you. My guru used to explain like this. Mi guru solía explicar así. What world? This world. I see no world. He's completely like this. Like that. That's why they represent Shiva like a corpse. You know, like Shiva like a corpse. Representan a Shiva como un cadáver. Corpse. Blanco. Pure like this. And Shakti is dancing on his belly like Kali. Black Shakti. You know this? Shakti is conscious. Shiva no, is not conscious. Shiva is pure consciousness. But he's not conscious of it. Anyway, by means of Shakti, he becomes conscious. But you as pure Shiva, he's not conscious. What word? Who are you, in fact? Who are you apart from me asking me a question? ¿Quién sos vos aparte de mí para hacerme una pregunta? Who are you? I'm alone. That's why in the high state of consciousness, there is no question. Because there is nobody to ask questions. You have to descend to Madhyama, to the level of the mind, to ask questions. In Pashanti, in the level of the heart, there is no question. And in the level of Parabhak, in the highest level, nothing, let alone in the level of Parabhak. Question start, Shakti start to ask Shiva in the Tantras in the level of Madhyama, here. And next moves to the level of the tongue, here, to ask questions. That's why great yogis, they don't have questions to the guru. For example, they're not asking questions to the guru all the time. Great disciples, no. Beginners are full of questions. So nice, this mineral water. We'll drink a little more. And that's why, who are you to ask me a question? I'm alone. Who is this person asking me? Why the world is so bad? Who is this person? It's Shakti. It's ego. Ego is a Shakti. Power of God. He's asking the question, why the world is so bad? It's an ego in you. A personality in you. It's a Shakti. It's a power coming from the power of God. Appears in you. If you are beyond Shakti in Shiva, you don't have any question about the world is bad or good. Nothing. It's all good. In fact, it's all good because it's all him. Bahutacha, like my guru said, yes, Bahutacha. Very well. Bahutacha in Hindi. Bahutacha. Very well. Very well. Everything is very well. You go to Shiva, my God, look at this horrible thing in the world, my God. Bahutacha. This is Shiva. Very well. Oh, look at these drug addicts, my God, dying on the street. Yes, my God, what a horrible world I live in. Qué horrible mundo vivo, en qué horrible mundo vivo. Todos estos drogadictos muriendo en las calles. Yes, oh my God. You go to Shiva and Shiva will tell you, Bahutacha. Very well. This is Shiva. He has no idea about the suffering in the world. So you cannot blame him for the suffering in this world. No. Poor guy. Has no idea. He's insupportable. He's everywhere. From the highest level of consciousness to the lowest level of consciousness, he's there. Impossible to understand a reality like this. Yes. But we have Shakti to understand Shiva. With Shakti, we can understand Shiva. Is his power, Shakti, the one who is in charge of all? Not him directly. This is important teaching. Not him directly. So stop blaming God for everything. Yes, no, blame the power of God. And he acts only through his power, not directly. This is intriguing, it's intrigante. For instance, if you could ask the cell about the existence of so much pain in this world, he would answer, what world are you talking about? Lo que dije antes, si le podés preguntar al ser sobre este sufrimiento en el mundo, por qué tanto dolor, él te va a preguntar, ¿de qué mundo estás hablando? He remains alone, permanece solo, always free and joyful, siempre está solo. Harrisburg, in Liberation of Harrisburg. He's always alone. Free, completamente libre, siempre libre. Dichoso. This is state of liberation. He has nothing to do with this universe and its various processes. No tiene nada que ver con este universo y sus diversos procesos. It's his power then. Es su poder entonces. Therefore, whether appearing as a spiritual ignorance or as a guru giving grace for you to attain liberation, it's always his power and not him directly. Así que sea que te aparezca la Shakti como ignorancia espiritual o como un gurú que te da gracia para que alcances liberación, es siempre su Shakti, su poder, y no él directamente. He's in his glory. He's not interested in your liberation. What liberation? There is no bondage. You go to him, give liberation. What liberation? There is no bondage. Pasa a Shiva y le pregunta, ¿me das liberación? ¿Qué liberación si no estás en esclavitud? Shiva es donde está en Bajutacha. I'm suffering Bajutacha. I'm okay. I'm fantastic. Everything is okay. Fantastic. Like Muktananda with a certain disciple he was having a massive heart attack in a plane. Estaba en un avión teniendo un ataque cardíaco masivo y lo llamó a Muktananda. He called Muktananda. Muktananda said, everything is okay. Muktananda le dijo, está todo fantástico, está perfecto. I know, está perfecto. Ese es, but I have a heart attack, I'm dying. Está perfecto, don't worry, no te preocupes, no te preocupes, fantástico. This is Shiva in you. Yes. You are dying, ego is dying, el ego se está muriendo y Shiva es no problem, because he never dies. He's not dying with the body. No muere con el cuerpo. This Shiva in you watching now never dies, nunca muere. Nunca, el cuerpo muere. Shiva no. Shakti too never dies. La Shakti nunca muere. That's the reason why someone who attains liberation cannot understand how he can be so free, detached, indifferent, impartial, and so on. Por eso que una persona que alcanza liberación no puede comprender cómo es que puede ser tan libre, desapegado, indiferente, imparcial, y etcétera. No entiende el estado de Shiva. He doesn't understand the state of Shiva. What does this? Because all his life he lived with Shakti. Toda su vida vivió con Shakti, with stress, people, this happiness in stress, all the time, felicidad con estrés. ¿Conocen esta felicidad con estrés? All the time, this rajasic happiness, esta felicidad rajásica, active. But when he rests on Shiva, cuando descansa en Shiva, he knows this happiness without activity. Conoce esta felicidad sin actividad. And he cannot understand. He cannot understand because one moment before spiritual enlightenment, he was always worried about and attached to everything and suffering accordingly. Porque un momento antes de la liberación, él estaba todo el tiempo preocupado, apegado a todo, sufriendo acordemente. So, when liberation comes, he cannot understand how he can be so free. That's why in the scripture they call this process the moment when the animal is how is it made loose, breaks loose. Cuando queda suelto el animal, cuando se lo deja suelto al animal. The animal is the living individual, Nara. Finally, Nara becomes free. Finalmente se vuelve libre. He cannot understand what is to be free. No entiende lo que es ser libre. Who's crazy? But with the knowledge of scripture at that time, he anchored his experience. Pero con el conocimiento de la escritura en ese momento ancla la experiencia. ¿Lo que están? So he knows, this is liberation, because he knows the scriptures. But you don't know scripture, you have this experience and you go nuts. No tenés liberación, tenés esa experiencia y te volvés loco. Alucinaciones, what is this? What happened to me? Hallucinations, what is this? But the yogi with knowledge, this is a state of Shiva. So, anchors experience, ancla la experiencia. Este es el estado de Shiva. The state of the self is essentially absolute freedom. El estado del ser es esencialmente libertad absoluta. Libertad absoluta. All that is not absolute freedom is only the manifestation of his Shakti, which paradoxically is always in unity with him. Todo lo que no sea libertad absoluta es una manifestación de su Shakti, la cual paradójicamente está siempre en unidad con él. One cannot fully understand this mystery without an actual self-realization. Pero sin una verdadera autorrealización no se puede comprender este misterio. So this is about experience. Esto tiene que ver con la experiencia. Another question, final question. I will touch a little bit now. I will continue in the next week. What's your opinion about the practice of mantras? What's my opinion? I will share not only my opinion, but also my experience as I was informally initiated with the mantra Om Namah Shivaya. Next, I was formally initiated with the mantra Hamsa. Fui informalmente iniciado en abril de 1983 con el mantra Om Namah Shivaya. Se me inició, I was informally initiated in April of 1983 with mantra Om Namah Shivaya. Next, in October of 1983, en octubre de 1983, I was formally initiated with the mantra Hamsa. En octubre de 1983 me iniciaron formalmente con el mantra Hamsa. Besides, I chanted hymn in Sanskrit for so many years. Además, canté himnos en sánscrito por muchos años. I even taught other people how to chant them properly in Sanskrit. Incluso enseñé a la gente a cómo cantar himnos en sánscrito adecuadamente. Anyway, my path has never been that of the mantra. That is mantra yoga. De cualquier manera, mi camino nunca fue el camino del mantra, mantra yoga. I repeated mantras for so many years, but in the end, I found it easier to realize the self directly. Practiqué mantras repetí mantras por muchos años, tantos años, pero al final me di cuenta que me era más fácil darme cuenta del ser directamente, without using mantras, sin usar mantras. Without any intermediary, sin ningún intermediario. Of course, many people will have to use mantras for long in order to attain self-realization. Por supuesto, mucha gente va a tener que usar el mantra para autorrealizarse. It's a valid and powerful method to accomplish that difficult mission, provided one has his grace. But I repeat it, it's not for everybody. Es un válido y poderoso método para cumplir con esa difícil misión de darse cuenta del ser. Siempre que uno tenga su gracia, la gracia de Shiva, Shiva's grace. Only with Shiva's grace, the grace of Guru. The mantra has to come from your Guru, not from books. Pero repito, no es para todos. So the path of mantra is not for everybody. There are different paths. Okay. Page 133 for me to remember. Next video. For today is enough. We'll continue with this question in the next satsanga. Om Namah Shivaya.